Hey everyone, this is Sin Elias with Crescent City Conjure, and today I wanted to talk about spiritual attack. It's been on my mind lately because I deal with a lot of clients, and a lot of time the topic is about spiritual attack. They want to know what's going on with them. So as a root worker, as a witch doctor, or whatever the hell people call me, it's my responsibility to identify and appropriately treat these spiritual attacks depending on where they're coming from. So I'm going to go over some short examples of spiritual attack and where they may be coming from. So the first is spiritual weight. Now, when we talk about spiritual weight, when you go out about your day and you're talking to other people, you're interacting with other people, you're taking on a portion. Sometimes if you're interacting with them enough, you're taking on a portion of the weight that walks with them. It could get on you. Some of their fears, some of their doubts about themselves, some of their insecurities, some of their stresses, it could get on you. You may not be stressed. You leave them and then you're stressed. Now, that's not necessarily an attack, but that is something some of my clients feel like they are being attacked because of that. So I lump it into the same category. That one's really easy. This is why we always recommend spiritual baths and protection to keep you from those type of feeling that weight of the world on your shoulders. The next is something that's truly an attack, and that's when a spirit or an intelligent entity outside of yourself is trying to mess with you, trying to mess with you in your home, trying to mess with you in your car, in your mind, in your heart, at work, stuff like that. Usually a client will have very specific events that they can identify that lets me know that something real is going on. Now, if it's happening inside their house, then I have to go to their house and do an investigation there. But no matter what type of attack you feel like you may be under, curse or whatever word you want to use, I've been hexed, you need a reading. You can assume and think that you've been cursed all you want, but without having a professional who has a strong track record for being able to identify these things, you could just be in your own echo chamber, imagining stuff. So you need an outside source looking at your situation. After a reading and in confirmation of a reading, if it is an external force that's messing with you, then a type of exorcism needs to be done. And I think any worker worth their salt needs to have a method of exorcism where they can pull a spirit off of an individual and place it somewhere else. That's a very, very important. That's the next level up from an uncrossing working, a true type of exorcism of a house or of a person. Next is if you've been cursed. Now, yes, an uncrossing work is the most popular and most well-known way of dealing with that. But depending on who you're messing with, and uncrossing may not work. You have to identify where the work is coming from. If it's a very, very talented worker, witch, whatever, magician, they could have snares in all types of different directions, and you have to go in and untangle all those different influences. So uncrossing work you can't always run to that. It's a good start, and it does cure a lot of different beginning issues, but it's not always the end-all be-all. Usually, I always tell my clients to take a spiritual bath and do protection work no matter what level they're dealing with, just so they can leave the reading with something to do. They can start making moves in the right direction immediately. From there, I continue to assess the situation. So I want you to use this for yourself. Ask yourself if there's something happening to you, how you can best address it. If you have clients, what I like to do is first listen to what they think is happening, ask spirit what spirit knows to be true, and then do some investigation on my own to see where we're at as far as what's going on with them. If it's outside attack, someone's cursing them, a spirit's haunting them or whatever. But you got to be very patient because these situations are very personal a lot of the times, and they're very scary for a lot of people. And as a healer, as a root worker, you got to protect yourself, and you got to make sure that you stay cleansed because once again, if people are coming to you talking about these negative entities, it could get on you. So hopefully I gave you a few things that you could use. There's a section on the website, on the blog, the City of Conjure blog, that talks about simple ways to protect yourself. I suggest that you look at that if you want further guidance on how to handle small spiritual attacks. And if it's something bigger, go find yourself a priest that can perform exorcisms. I'm not talking about a Catholic priest. I'm talking about a different type of priest to go perform an exorcism for you. But nothing before a reading. Make sure you get yourself a trusted reader to look into the situation. Until next time, guys, you can catch me at crescentcityconjure.us or at the shop at 2402 Royal Street. And I hope you can hear me over the music. I think so. Have a good day. Bye.